Hello everyone, Equipment Warrior, and welcome to my build guide for my Custom Crit Ranger. In the update, they actually removed the shotgunning. You can't anymore shotgun enemy. That means you can hit the enemy with all the projectiles at the same time, the same enemy. You can't do that anymore, and many people were afraid that that would mean the death of Custom Crit. But as you can see on the gameplay right here, it's no problem, because the individual spell do much more damage now than it did before, because they actually made the greater multiple projectile and lesser multiple projectiles more powerful, and they do not decrease the damage of the projectiles as much as it did before. But let's I'm gonna go over my passive skill tree, my gear, and my gems I'm using. And as usual, if you have any question about the build, please ask them in the comments and I will be happy to answer them, or at least try. So, the passive skill tree. The main thing you're gonna go for in the skill tree, if you want just for the offensive area, it is you need attack speed, as much attack speed you can get, and as much crit chance as you can get. And for defense you want evasion rating and life. So when I start leveling this character, I recommend taking the life and evasion here, all of this here. That will give you a good protection in the early game. You can take finesse, but I recommend taking this in later game. After taking this evasion rating here, go for the attack speed here, the accuracy, ballistic mastery. You could go for bow damage and attack speed, but it's not worth it actually. I had this before, but I have changed my mind on them because I don't need them. That is too little attack speed, and I don't need physical damage at all. That's the reason I don't have taken Aspect of the Eagle. It's a really good note, but it's not the best for this build. So I saved some point there not taking these three here. I took these two because they give attack speed and crit chance, which are really nice. And when you're here, you have two options. You can go down or you can go up. And that's just it doesn't matter which one you want to do. But I recommend when you're here, take Survivalist and the Evasion Elemental Resistance and go straight for Acrobatics, which means that you can dodge attacks easier. And also take Phase Acrobatics. Take all of the acrobatics because this is a dodge build. The reason I took Avenger of the Hunted, it gave me physical damage, I don't care about that, but it gave me evasion rating and life. And I have pretty much taken every life note I can possibly get in this tree, so I have all the life I can get. But life and evasion is pretty nice. Intelligence can be a problem, so taking these big intelligence notes is a really good idea. When you go up to the... you can do this as a shadow. If you start taking the elemental damage in the beginning. When you are in shadow, you want the quick. I have quickness here, not because I need it really. The movement speed and dexterity is nothing wrong with that, but I don't need the physical damage. But it's nothing wrong with physical damage if I can be honest. All type of damage are good. But I have to take this one to get to I want. I actually recommending Assassination. It's a really good crit note. Trickstery is also a crit note, and it also increases your spells damage and give you intelligence. It's a very good note. I have Soul Sculpture just for get mana, obviously. Blood Sculpture, really good life note. Coordination is really good because it increases your attack speed and also gives you some dexterity. Why not? And I've taken the attack speed here. I'm probably going to take this attack speed later. I have my main source of getting life back is actually Blood Wrinkle. I get a small amount of life back when I'm hitting an enemy. I use Depth Perception. It increases my crit chance, it increases my chance to hit, which are really important actually. You need some accuracy on this build. When you go down, I have taken Heartseeker. The Heartseeker can you take in late game. Crit chance here, by the way, can you take earlier, but you can save Heartseeker to later. Herbalism, really good life note here, the life here. I took a Spirit Void for the mana, so I get some little bit of mana back when I'm hitting enemies, which are really nice. Let's read this whole crit, bow crit build, crit area here. I do not take in arrow dancing, and I am more scared of getting hit by melee attacks and getting hit by projectiles. So I actually prefer not to take in arrow dancing anymore. They really hard nerfed the old keystone here, the Ondal Scale is really hard nerfed. So this is not that good anymore, but you can take it, but I do not think it's necessary. And went on here to get King of the Hill. It's a very good note. And also I've taken Tech Skin. And that's pretty much my skill tree. If you have any question about the skill tree, please ask me in the comments. And I'm gonna try to post a link to the skill tree in the description, so you guys will be able to see it. So let's go over our gear. The gear is not expensive actually. My weapon I'm using Doomfletch. The only reason I'm using this one is to have decent attack speed and decent crit chance. I know there are other bows which have ridiculously high crit chance, but they usually don't have high enough attack speed, and I really want attack speed. But there are other bows than this one you can use. Another bow you can use, it's actually Krillrain. This one have terrible at crit chance, but the attack speed on it is extremely fast, as you can see. That means, and it also have increased projectile speed, so your projectiles will hit the enemy really fast. So it's a really good bow. But I swift in between them here and there. Another thing I'm using this ring here. You don't have to have this ring. I was using it to get a little bit extra crit chance. I get power charges when I'm not critting enemies. That's the reason I'm using it, and it also gave me a little bit increased crit chance, crit multiplier, mana, and accuracy. But you don't have to have this one. You can use another ring. Something like this. This would be a really good ring. If I had two of this, I would use two of this. It's a really good ring. Give you life, resistance, crit chance, evasion. It's a good ring. The amulet here, again, nothing special. I'm using these primarily to get increased intelligence. Rat's Nest here, the best helmet you can get. It gives you a good amount of attack speed, crit chance, actually give you rarity as well, increased movement speed, and the most important thing of all, it reduces your character size. You are small, as you can see. It's pretty awesome. The quiver here, crit quiver, get as good crit chance and life on it as you can. It's not expensive actually, pretty cheap. Melee guys, can't pronounce it. This is pretty much the one of the most expensive items I have in this character. I'm using it primarily for the really good crit chance and also crit multiplier. So it's good, but they're not good in defensive. A defensive belt here, same thing, resistance and life. The strength is not bad either. You need some strength. And finally, my armor. It's Taburasha. It's the cheapest way to get a 6-linked armor. This is absolutely the cheapest way. It's not that expensive. You can probably get it for like 20 chaos, but that's just an estimation. I really don't know the prices right now of the update. But it's pretty much the best thing, the cheapest thing you can have. The best thing you can get, it is armor sorry. It is an evasion and armor based 6-linked item, because you have more protection then. But that will be much more expensive. But the reason it's gonna be armor and so again evasion and energy shield is because that's much more easier to roll free green and free blue. And I almost forgot my boots. They're just defensive. Good resistance, good life. And now for my gens. I don't have an aura setup anymore because of they are made so reduced mana do not reduces the cost, reduces the reserve of auras anymore. The auras I'm using, it is Grace for protection and mirror evasion, and Purity of Element, because it's a little bit hard to get full resistance on this build, so I have this one. And my most important setup, it is my custom crit setup. It is Barrage. By the way, do not level Barrage. Barrage gonna be at level 1. It's only for the mana cost. Try to have the mana cost down, because you don't need damage from Barrage. You just want Barrage to activate your to be your skill for activating your custom crit skills. And it is supported by custom critical strike, because obvious. Greater multiple projectiles. And then we all have the spells. I'm using the most, what I know, this is one of the most damaging setups you can have. It is Arctic Breath, Fireball, and Arc. But you can switch out this for any type of skill actually, and use whatever you want to use. Projectile spells actually get a boost from, you fire more projectiles spells if you're using them together with greater multiple projectiles. But you don't have to use greater multiple projectile. You can use Discharge, I have used that before and it works. You can use pretty much whatever spell you want and try it out to find your combination that you like the best. But this is the most damaging one, as I know. I have another setup, but I'm not using it that often. It is with Barrage, which and Custom Critical Strike, which have Ice Nova and Ethereal Knives. So there. You can use Ethereal Knives on this one as well, but I'm just leveling it up, and I'm not really using them that much, but I'm using it sometimes, just for fun. And the other things, I have a Warlord's Mark if I get into trouble and I want to get some life back. I just cursing them with Warlord's Mark. And this is just skills are leveling up. And that's pretty much it. Actually, I can put reduced mana there to reduce the mana of Warlord's Mark. And that's pretty much my build. If you have any question about it, ask me in the comments, and if I missed something, ask that please ask me that in the comments as well. I will be happy to answer them, and hopefully I can do a little bit more gameplay on this character later, and you're gonna see it more in action. But anyway, I hope you guys liked this video, and see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.